Wanted to go back to the picks with Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Is there any concern for you of her leaving, vacating her seat? Or she's serving right now. If she does, a Republican would be appointed, but there would be a 90 days, there would be a special election. Is there any concern with the House with the Republicans holding a very slim majority?
Sean, you bring up a great point because I've been on the phone, working the phones all morning. And I think one of the biggest concerns that people have right now are the fact that they don't want the president to pull from the House or from the Senate anymore. Now, of course, Florida is a safe Republican seat for now. Governor Ron DeSantis will appoint someone to Senator Marco Rubio's seat. On top of that, Elise Stefanik's seat is a safe Republican seat, as is Congressman Matt Waltz's seat. With that being said, there is concern that when you have such a slim majority in the House, I think we're looking at 218 seats. You don't necessarily want to keep pulling from the House or even the Senate at this point, because you want to ensure that you keep the House majority and the Senate majority, because that, of course, will only benefit the president.
As for the reports of Marco Rubio serving as Secretary of State, Mercedes, what are you hearing from MAGA base? Would they be in support of that choice?
So, look, I think that the favorite would have probably been a Rick Grinnell, who obviously served as ambassador to Germany as well as the DNI chief. But, I think for President Trump, he's the one that needs to feel comfortable for the pick. Senator Marco Rubio has a very strong record of being on these important committees, on the Intelligence Committee, on the Foreign Affairs Committee. So I think he really does know what needs to happen in terms of ensuring that he pushes a very kind of anti-communist message, of the fact that we're going to have peace through strength, and hone in on what the president has to do. At the end of the day, we have to remember that the president is the commander in chief. He's the one that directs he does direct the policies. And so I think for Senator Marco Rubio coming in, he will just need to follow what President Trump's vision is, which is make sure that we end these wars immediately. And obviously, as senator, he's been involved in these foreign affairs policies for quite some time, especially a big push on anti-communism across the globe, which I think is a very critical message as well.
I just wanted to bring up a name that is not on this list, but continues to be mentioned when you mention Trump, when you mention policy. That is Elon Musk. It's reported he's not going to obviously serve in any cabinet position. He has several different roles already in the private sector, of course, but he will be involved in some fashion, specifically Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. We keep hearing about that, cleaning out the bureaucracy. What are your thoughts there? Essentially, someone that is not serving in the cabinet advising President Trump, like Elon Musk.
Well, I'm hearing from my colleagues and friends down in Palm Beach that Elon Musk is seen every day at Mar-a-Lago. Obviously he's become, I would say, part of the Trump family, which, is a big honor for Elon Musk. And I do think that what happens with these positions is not every position has to be Senate confirmed, for example, or you go into kind of this bureaucratic system that we see in the cabinet. There are these advisory roles that can be taken up, and Elon Musk can decide, look, I'm going to be an informal advisor from the outside, and he's going to be just as powerful in helping to influence policy. I know that he has moved forward to suggest names and place them in key positions in the administration. But for Elon Musk, I think if he just serves as an advisory role and helps guide the process and put the people that he wants in place, I think that's, it doesn't take away the fact that he's not influential. He's very influential, and he obviously talks to the president and has been guiding the president on some of these cabinet picks.
Yeah. Reports by the AP that his America PAC gave out $200 million in an effort to get Donald Trump elected. Not to mention the fact that he was on the call with Zelensky. And perhaps will be also meeting with the president of Argentina later this week. So clearly an active role already we're seeing from Elon Musk. Mercedes, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.